G'day punters, welcome back. Early Crow episode, I don't have a clue. Episode 29 of the Early Crow. The boys, they went on their own last week. Didn't see a lot of commentary about it negative-wise, so I'm assuming you guys did a phenomenal job, so full credit to you. How was it without me?
It's probably better, wasn't it, Paps?
Yeah, I think it was better. It wasn't as much shit talk to know that much.
It wasn't a lot? Did you tip any winners?
Tipped the Quinella in the Sydney Cup, but didn't back it myself, so yeah.
Steered him away from Moby Dick, so yeah, there's another one.
Yeah.
Did you, so you captained the Swans, knocked off West Coast. That was one of the most anxious 4 quarters of football as a Swans fan I've ever watched. The writing was on the wall that this could be a fucking disaster from the get-go. Outstanding by you captaining and that tackle and smother in the 4th quarter just to get the boys going. I know I wasn't here last week, but that deserves a mention. Finished in Adelaide, gather round. What happened next?
We touched on it last week, but went to Noosa and see my sister up in Sunny Coast, which was nice. And my partner Annie come. Good few days up there. A few of the boys were up there as well, so we might have lobbed into the surf club for a few as well. We caught up with the boys as well as the girls come along, so it was a good day / night. But then got back to training this week, and it was good. We Saturday we had a good session because obviously the bye you want to get you still have sort of a pretty good session on the Saturday, so we trained pretty full on Saturday. Did a lot of tactical stuff, watched a lot of vision. Bye come at sort of a good time because obviously we weren't at our best the last 2 weeks. We can have a refresh look at some stuff that we need to improve on, and we went to work on Saturday and we trained pretty well. So trained again today and day off tomorrow, 7 o'clock tea time. I think it's about 25 and sunny, so I'm looking forward to that. And then yeah, it's good.
So didn't get to get out there to Royal Randwick, which is only 4 good drives away from where you were training. That must have been disappointing. But it was a great day's racing at Randwick. Was it the day that the track was going to be cactus, or was that the Saturday before?
That was the Saturday before.
Full credits to Randwick, wasn't it?
Yeah, bloody oath.
Raced real well. Speaking of tracks and grass and irrigation and that sort of gear, Matt Rowell is going to be at the SCG on Saturday. One of the weirdest pre-game rituals I've ever seen. The bloke eats the turf just to get him going. Thoughts on that behaviour, then him as a footballer, and then give us some like weird shit that you...
I've actually seen Rowell out in the Gold Coast. He's a funny man. But I don't know if he's serious about it. I reckon he's going along with it, taking the piss now because he's got caught doing it. That's my theory anyway. Because I don't know. I reckon he's a funny man. He's just doing it to take the piss now. But he's a fucking superstar. I know. I think he's averaging 20 contested possessions a game, which is just bizarre. Like that's big stuff. But yeah, he's a good player. The Gold Coast are on fire. Actually, they're flying. They've played really well the last couple of weeks. So. Nearly beat the Giants at Mount Barker and then played really well against the Hawks. So we'll be in for a good game. Looking forward to it back at the SCG and look forward to it. Dimmer Hardwick brings his the Suns to the SCG for the first time.
It's a scary game for the Swans. What are some of the weirdest like program rituals you've seen or heard of?
There's not many I can think of. Harry Cunningham spews. There's one. Harry Cunningham spews a lot before a game. Like it's like a ritual. He'll spew before a game. It's like a routine thing now. Before a game, every quarter he'll spew just as we run out. That's one that just makes me sick. Like it's just full of nerves and like anxiety. But now it's sort of a ritual thing, I think. But yeah, you just see Cunno just like dry reach at the back, and then just like all this red shit comes up because he drinks beetroot juice before the game and shit. It's cruel. But and then probably the other one was. Hannah's was a lively up and about bloke before a game, and he's pretty lively off the field as well. But before a game, he would stir a lot of blokes up. But Gary Rowan used to have to go to the toilet and just not come out for the warm up because he'd make him too anxious. And yeah, so that was a strange one.
Oh, big Harry. What was it like back to Adelaide? Did you talk about Harley Reid last week? Because he put on another clinic to beat Richmond again on the weekend. he's a freak, yeah?
Yeah, he's a freak. He's a big boy, strong. He's going to be a superstar. Geez, North would be flat. They don't have him. Although they've still got a good player as well, but geez, he looks another level. Harley Reid, he's going to be a gun. Just looks dusty-like and very good player.
Stiff arm on Dusty was unreal too. Jeez, that was good to watch.
Yeah, a quick little stiff arm. He's a bloody strong man. He's a strong kid, should I say.
Yeah, that's the scary part, isn't it? UFC 300, what was that about? Was that bloke just doing that craziness and that aggressive recklessness for the extra cash that Dana offered?
Yeah, because the baddest motherfucker, whatever the belt's called, BMF, and if you knock him out, you get an extra 600k or something, 300k. But, well, Holloway got 600, and I reckon that was the best thing. I was sitting at home at UFC. I've sort of, little because of fire and stuff, started to get into it a bit, but geez, I want to get into it more. It is unbelievable to watch. That card, I've never watched a card so good in my, like since I've been started watching it. I could not believe, Holloway had him done, didn't have to do that. He was smoking him, and he's like, nah, let's go. It was fucking unbelievable. I was sitting on the couch on my own, I was just going, ah! Screamed on me. I was just like, Jesus Christ. And then, the fights after that were elite as well. It was good to watch. I reckon Farjack would have been sitting at home getting a little stiffy, seeing that going.
Pratty, did you catch any of it?
No, I didn't see any of it. I just saw the highlights on socials that, pointing to the centre of the ring and then just having a swing is just, they are
you've seen a horse. You've seen a horse that's run second to a horse that runs around at Canterbury. You've seen that run around today at God knows where, but you missed that, did you?
Yeah, they ran around at Scone today. Hey, I just knew that Paps was keen on Canterbury, so I saw there was a horse running. I just wanted to watch it. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no.
You're a sick little pup, but it's rule number 2. You do you. Day 2 of the Champs, Saturday. It was a very, very good day's racing. Probably the best performance in a massive race I've ever seen with Pratty Jenni. Twice. Racing media just did themselves the perfect, they just said, hey, here we are and this is what we do. We are downhill skiers, we avoid conflict, and if we're going to bash a jockey, well, let's make it Craig Williams. The narrative around how good the ride was on Pratty Jenni on Saturday, after the race, after the jockey said, I couldn't control her, is peak racing and racing narrative, and it has made me giggle since it happened. What did you think when watching the race, and what are your thoughts post it?
Watching the race, I was like, where the fuck is this Sistine or where it was called, because I was on it.
You're staking in that race, something we need to talk about, actually.
Yeah,
too.
no, I fucking had a mare there, didn't I?
You've bet right up, and then double down on the place. You basically called the exacta.
Yeah, no, I fucked it. But anyway, I was, obviously, don't know what I was thinking there. I knew that when I was looking at it later. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? But anyway, I was at the Club Valley, and we were just like, this can't be happening. What's going on? This thing's gonna just die in the arse, and it just kept going. Post race, I was like, has that actually gone that what are the actual sectionals? Or how fast has it actually gone? Who's led? Who hasn't gone around? And then I've seen the comments and things like that about the jockeys, but mine was like, straight after the race, I was like, it's not up to why couldn't the one outside of Brightside go, or the one behind? They can all still go. It wasn't up to just the one jockey. That was my thinking. And then my thinking was Brightside already been blown up by Pratty Jenni. It's not going to do that again, so I was going to sit off. I was probably never going to win the race, but still actually ran alright.
Yeah.
But that's where I think Willow's thing was. I think Willow actually thought he was probably never going to win the race. He was just trying to run a good race and get I think he got 450,000 for his owners. But if he went up with Brightside, with Jenni, he would have come last.
I think Craig's ride was like the most competent of every rider in the whole race. So he can't control the horse that's gone mad in front. Yeah, he's the most competent rider in the race because he's gone back and couldn't catch her in the All-Star Mile. He's tried to ride up behind her and blown up in the Australian Cup. Same distance to the Australian Cup. So he's got to keep his horse in a nice rhythm. He's in the right spot for his horse to go well. The onus is on any other jockey in the race to go, well, this isn't suiting me, and maybe change something. Or the onus is on all the other jockeys, like J-Max getting crucified on Villaseñor. It's run second to a horse that has sustained a brutal tempo that couldn't be controlled by her rider. I think it's just a massive overreaction to like a very predictable set of decisions and circumstances. Like whoever towed up to that horse and towed other horses into the race blew up their horse in a grand final race, big Group 1. So I just don't think it's like no one's going to do it. It was very understandable what happened in the race, and she just was able to sustain an unbelievably brutal gallop again, and she's a freak.
Got a couple of questions in as well. Marcus comments asked the question: is Pratty Jenni the best horse in Australia now? Paps, do you want to take that one first?
Yeah, I think you probably have to say, yeah, it's what she's done over the last this campaign has been incredible, and then on the back of spring as well. So I reckon wait for age, yeah.
Dicko?
Yeah, she's up there. Oh, she got beaten in the Australian Cup by Cascadian, who's not in the conversation. So I don't know. I think the Australian horses are quite thin and at the top. Like Villaseñor came here, won one race, started $1.90 or $1.70, whatever. You'd know better than me, Tom. In our best race, that's how weak the top is. It's going to be fascinating. Like, so I love the game, and I love the wagering side of it, and I love the tactical side of it, and I can't wait to see what happens next preparation. Like for her, sort of third and fourth and fifth up. I think first and second up, it won't be too much of a event. She won't be too aggressive. But like when it's on, like say she runs in a Cox Plate third or fourth up, like there's going to have to be.
Yeah.
If Waller or Kieran have a horse they think can win, they're going to have another horse that they can tow up. Kieran's not going to do it because he owns her. He trains her. So, like, it's fascinating to me when they get into these big races, who's going to chew up their horse to pull down the leader? You know?
Sort of, yeah, it'd be bloody interesting. It's funny when you think about the way I staked. My gut was telling me that I reckon I said, well, fair, I just don't know what to do with the Pratty Jenni race, and then exactly that reason, you just don't know what you're going to expect. It's going to be hard to bet against her, I reckon, knowing about what she's going to do and because you don't know how other horses are going to react, but you know how she's going to go, and you know what way she's going to go.
I think you stick to your guns now. She'll be so much shorter from now on. I think on Saturday you should have had your good bet at Villaseñor, which was the right. This is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, your betting. Your bet was right. That was a great bet.
Yeah.
What she did, like no one's ever seen. That's why everyone's amazed by it. So it's like not expected. You run that race 1,000 times, it happens once.
Yeah.
More often than not, you win. I think I would have not touched Buckaroo and just had a save on her.
Yeah. Definitely.
I thought your bet was actually. I thought your Buckaroo bet was one of the worst you've ever done in your life, and I thought the Villaseñor bet was as good a bet as you've ever done in your life. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like that horse went enormous and was backed. Brightside went enormous too. Like that's what I think is missed. It was an awful position for Brightside. He wants to be coffin or like with cover and in a pack, like they're pack chasers. He had to tow him up for 2,000. He was huge. He's a fucking iron horse, Mr. Brightside.
I think shout out to, well, from memory, Dan Bowman. I think he had a horse that might have beat Pratty Jenni as well. So, yeah, shout out to Dan. And then
I think he sold it though.
Yeah, I think might have won 400k or something like that. I can't just off the top of my head anyway.
I also think though, hang on, with the betting in that race and then like all those horses just aren't like what they faced and the structure and setup of that race, the shape of that race is just it's very hard to understand or predict what a buckaroo is going to do with that tempo. These sort of horses, and that's why I think essentially the cream rose to the top. The market was pretty true because it was so truly run.
And then I think you answered the question before, but from DC Carmen, was the Bates ride the best ride in the last 25 years?
No way, it was one of the worst.
Yep.
Like he said after the race, I was shitting myself and uncomfortable for the entire journey until I realised I'd won because I couldn't control the horse.
Yeah.
So his ride in the All-Star Mile was phenomenal. The only thing that I think he did really well in the Queen Elizabeth was he didn't panic and like fight her.
Didn't ever make it a race, sort of like.
But that was a horse doing that. Like the horse did what she did. He just sat on her back. I hope that he gets like a stack of momentum and opportunities off the back of his success. But I don't think the ride was that good at all.
I saw Betfair put a tweet too about the pricing run. At the 400 metre mark, you could still take $1.57 prior to Jenni.
Well, Via Sistina was still $2, like when it was 35 lengths off the lead or something.
Yeah, but I think that's because like your bet was, I think your bet was like one of the best bets you've ever had since like we've known each other.
Yeah. Wasn't
Like,
hard to find though.
It should have won that race. Yeah, no, but you beat SP. It just should have won that race. Like I've never seen a horse do that at that level of race and then hold on. Lucky I wasn't there betting run because I would have done my life laying her. Just the thrill seeking, you know what I mean? Just the thought of laying a horse that started $7 at like $1.30 before it's in the straight.
No, that's what I'm saying. At the 400, it was $1.57. It didn't get down past $1.50 till it was like 350 metres. Into like it was only 350 metres ago. It was in the straight.
I reckon $1.80 would have been enough for me. Like 600 to the 400, I would have said, "Oh fucking
that'll do."
Yeah, that'll do. We've had a real big walk out to that big tree at the back there of Randwick. You know, like where the buses come out the back of the smokers tree, and just punch 3 or 4 Benson edges right at the back of my head. Fucking reset. Oh, betting in run, it can set you up and it can set you right off.
Sydney Cup. Did you see that race, Dicko? That was a huge run. I like Circle of Fire and I didn't do it, back it because of the gate and didn't know where it was going to get to, and I was fucking right and it fucking still won. But
yeah, I think that's racing. Like, that's the frustration of betting and like doing it with the brain. It was the obvious horse. It looked like it was going to win. It was looked like the most likely winner, but there were chinks to it. There was a weird rider with a weird map. I think what you did was pretty sound. Nice horse though, isn't it? Like a nice profile to sort of put it away. But that they don't like putting them away. So I don't know. Have you heard anything? Does it go to Queensland or?
I haven't heard because one of my forwards coach has got a nice little percentage in it. So he collected well on the weekend. But
it's just the man that was robbed of the Norm Smith in 2006.
Yeah, Monty Buchanan. Yeah, he's a good man. He was nervous on Saturday morning when we were at training. He was just pacing around. Geez, I'm nervous. Couldn't wait to get in the track. But I FaceTime and he was going absolutely bananas. So it was good to see. I think because Paddy and Monty and one other bloke I know was there as well. I think they were cursing the jockey with the whole race, going, kill them all this. Oh, it's over. Like, let's walk off. And then when it come around the bend, they were apparently just jumping up and down, going, as you would be. Do you reckon it's obviously a long, long way away. Obviously, the 3200 suits probably can run in the Jericho run. Looked like it was going to just eat up the ground even further. It obviously has to jump up a fair bit to go to the Melbourne Cup and do it, but I think it's only ran 10 times. It's obviously progressive.
I think they can dream big time. Like, it's about the rating it's got and if it stays. Like, horse that won the Bendigo Cup, High Emotion, like went enormous in a Melbourne Cup. Like the gap is not that big. It's just about can you stay and how good are you going and what weight have you got. You know, it's in the perfect camp to stay and improve. It'd be a great horse to be involved with. Hopefully he can keep you updated to what they're sort of thinking. I could try and find out, but leave it to him. Let's not give away the plans of his horse till he knows them. I reckon it'd be favourite having a good long spell, nice spaced runs, all about spring next year in Melbourne. And there's a number of ways to get in. If they're not in, I think winning a Sydney Cup would probably get you in. I don't know though. That sort of stuff I've never been very sharp at.
I actually did blow me whistle here. Actually took 55s when it won the week before in the Melbourne Cup.
Did you get any of that mail, Dicko?
No. I don't get any mail. I'll just give it out.
I don't think I did either, to be honest.
You two have backed some horse for $2 tomorrow, race 1, Warwick Farm. Don't even know about it.
He fucking... Nah, that one went in the WhatsApp. You cannot... Yeah, correct. That was in the WhatsApp, mate. You need
I've got an app to give you guys betting advice. Like, I'll give you, literally an app.
Is WhatsApp not an app?
Yeah, WhatsApp's an app.
Yeah, but, there's also lots of, dribble and yarn in there as well. I don't know when the...
I sent a screenshot of the horse, by the way, just to confirm that it was the one that he said.
He's all over, isn't he? Little Royce the accountant.
Just getting shit done, mate.
Keys receipts.
Getting shit done.
Zougotcha is a very... it draws very well, Zougotcha, and maps very well all the time. And I think that's won it's the race, which is nice for me. I backed it. Tissue was a big run. Back in the inside, got held up, probably should have won, but like I said before, it's racing. But yeah, I think Zougotcha, good win, but it's had a lot of things go its way this prep and made the most of it.
Oh, he's a lovely, lovely horse. If you ever go to the races and watch it parade, I reckon it's the perfect shaped horse, Zougotcha. Real panther. Yeah. I thought the other interesting race there on Saturday, now that you got me thinking about it, and I reckon we backed this horse, boys, in Melbourne once and it got beat, and now it's gone up to Sydney and killed him in Australian Oaks, Autumn Angel. Mark Zara, our man, big boy shit, peach of a ride, too good for the Kiwi mare that had the big raps on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was another peach of a ride in a big Group 1. And he was celebrating on the Sunday. Did you see his Instagrams?
Dom Perignon with the trophy on the Sunday. Perfect.
Yeah. It's gold.
Did you see anything you liked at Bendigo, Dicko? I know obviously you were a bit tied up last week. Was there anything that of note out of the Bendigo meeting?
Gosh, to be honest, I've had a kid. It's another one. I'm not sleeping a lot. I bet my little heart out and I've nibbled away, but worked really hard at Ballarat today, and I'm looking at Caulfield tomorrow. I've had to drain my brain just as hard as I've ever have to remember what happened at Randwick. I don't remember what happened at Bendigo at all, other than I was really happy with how Just Folk went. Ran third, listed race. He'll go to Hawkesbury, so hopefully Tommy's got a Thursday night game or a Friday night game that week, because
what date?
Nothing would make me happier than to know that I've sorted owners tickets for Paps, Annie, Juz, and whoever Juz wants to take. And I'd just love to see Juz up there. And if it wins, Juz can accept the trophy.
What date's this?
I don't know. Whenever the Hawkesbury Saturday meeting is.
Jeez, it would be what?
I'd say it'd be 3 or 4 weeks away.
Saturday, May 4.
Oh, might have to get Annie to drive out there. Drive me and Juz home. What do you reckon?
You want to know the biggest setback of all time?
When you're at
the playing Saturday.
Sydney v GWS, 1:45 p.m. Saturday, the 4th of May.
That'll be a good game. Probably better off watching that.
The only person more disappointed than me is the bloke that owns the Shell service station on the way home from Hawkesbury, and Juzzy and Paps pull in and just deplete the joint of its.
Stuck up with lollies.
Yeah.
And Easy was good, Dicko. You backed that before down in Melbourne.
Just beep this bit out, but fuck me. This is what does my head in about this sport. Like, how have we not made a lot of money on this horse? I decided it was a good horse a long time ago. Got nothing out of it. I don't think I've ever collected on it. Have we?
Once, I think.
Did we?
I don't think
we did.
I don't think we did. It went good in the Blue Diamond. It was brown bred in the lead-up race to it. It's a really nice horse, I think. Good ability. Its sectionals, its late splits showed it was good. Above average. And looks like we were right. I think it's also a horse you could probably follow into its next preparation. That'll be it for it. This prep.
No, it's not. It's going to Queensland. It's going to the the Atkins.
Oh yeah, the JJ Atkins.
The JJ, yeah.
The last Group 1, really, I think, for the 2-year-olds.
So apparently Mood thinks it's a bomb-proof 2-year-old.
What about Mood? He's going about 10%.
Yeah, he's on fire.
No, 10%'s shit.
No, isn't he on fire in the last month though?
Well, I don't know. That's what I was going to say. But he just wins the big races. Like,
yeah. Last month he's going well. I'm pretty sure.
He's not going very good at Ballarat. I'll give you the tip. It's not going to happen, Moods, if you're just going to sneak him, ride him out the back on a Tuesday.
Dicko's given us nothing at Bendigo. Perhaps have you got a black booker for the punters at home?
Yeah, Almore Zillow back last in the Percy Sykes hooned home. It was a big price there, but ran the big splits of the meeting unsuited, so take that one out.
Race 4, number 9.
Almore Zillow.
I've got a black booker.
Now he's got a black booker.
I've got a black booker. It's for wide, out real wide. Reciprocal. 2-year-old Rubik Gelding is a run around Adelaide. Reciprocal.
Hey, what else you can take out of that, Matty? Torrent. Passes everything in the race, unsuited. Take that out of the meeting as well.
Yeah, love it. Right, back to AFL. The premiership winner player from the Magpies retired today from concussion. That is getting like proper real now. Is it half? 2 questions, and this is without any warning for Tom, if you're listening. I got 2 questions. Does that like create a bit of anxiety for you and like blokes you're close with in the club? And is there some type of like insurance policy you could potentially have to protect yourself? You know, like I just had the 3rd kid. My life is basically like fear of failing to provide for my family. That's all I like want to achieve. It's just food on the table, roof over the head, maybe some Foxtel. You want to get pizzas, do it once a week. Right now, you can do that. But if you got a really bad head knock, like where does that leave? That would give me so much anxiety. Can you like get insurance against that? And does it give you anxiety?
Yeah, like those boys that obviously Brayshaw, Paddy, I'm sure Murphy would as well. The guys that have had a lot of concussions sort of speak to the right people and put you into the right insurance policies and things like that. Which I think the AFLPA is really good at, and the AFL is really good at, and I think the AFLPA does a really good job of helping the players steer them in the right direction and things like that. So with the concussion stuff, it sort of is getting big. That's probably 4 now, maybe 4 or 5 now that have retired from concussion in the last 2 years. So it's getting pretty serious. It's not good for the game. I know that much. It's especially when like Nathan Murphy, like they're all young guys. Nathan Murphy's 24, I think. 24, won a premiership. He's a gun, I reckon. Very tough and very good player. Reads the play very well. Paddy was the same, number 1 draft pick. Brayshaw, gun. Like it's so sad for those boys. And they would have loved growing up playing AFL footy. It's what you dream of. And it's about taken away. It'd be tough. So they get a lot of help these days, which is good. I'm really good mates with Paddy, and he's a great fella, and he's done a lot of
awful
good things.
Judge at golf, but great fella.
Yeah, but not much of a golf tipster, but he's a good fella.
Only like worse than him. Our man, my man,
Juzzy. Hasn't won yet, I think. Not one.
Hasn't had a collectless.
Yeah.
Most of us got off the mark with Rory in Dubai. You know, just got one, just little leak one down to the fine leg and got off strike. But Juzzy didn't even do that. All right. The Masters concluded on Monday morning, our time, Sunday afternoon, Augusta National. I reckon it's my favourite sporting event each and every year. I love it. I love it from like Monday to Monday. The build up. I can watch blokes on TV that bore the shit out of me talk, and then they might cross to like Rory hitting a few shots on the driving range, and they even have the ball tracker on the driving range. Like I love it. How did you guys watch it and enjoy it? We're going to start talking some Masters.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it. It's pretty early for me, so I don't watch much of it. But it was I sort of get up around the 7:30 and I'm straight to work, or 7:15 straight to work, and we're training, and we watched it. Yeah, we watch it. Like we got the brekkie area, watch it a bit. So we watched probably the last 4 or 5 holes of the last few groups. So it was good, but Scheffler was massive on the last day. I actually woke up a little bit early on the last day to watch the last bit. So it was a clinical by Scottie. He's too good at the moment, and how old do you think he is, Pratty?
Are we going by looks or by? He's got to be 30 odd.
Nah, he'd be in his 20s.
Would he?
Mate, I thought he was
27.
40.
I'd say 27. He's a man of God.
Mate, I thought he was 40. He's 27.
He was like 32.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, so I couldn't believe it yesterday when he won his second Masters and they said he's only 27 and he fell off my chair. I think I was on the massage table and he fell off my massage. So full credit Scottie, 2 Masters at 27.
First favourite to win a Masters since Tiger in 05.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. How good was his iron play in the last round, putting them from 150 yards in and hitting them just to where nobody else could hit the ball. Like, nobody was putting the balls that close on those holes.
No.
He's so solid. So I got up about 3:45 because I wanted to watch Cam Smith tee off. Well, to be honest, Teddy woke me up, or Emma probably woke me up. And I was like, I'm just going to get up. I watched Cam Smith tee off. The first hole is like a dot ball. You just got to like find the fairway, and it's like 8 iron in. And the second hole's a par 5 where you got to get your driver away, and then it's a solid shot into a green that like starts on the left, feeds to the right, pins right. It's protected by a bunker, so you got to hit like a 220-yard cut in, and like this is why the Masters are the best, because if you go at that flag, you're going to go off the back. So you got to get on the green. And once you get on the green, the ball will feed to the hole on Sunday. That's why they like the good guys go ballistic on a Sunday. And he hit it long. He hit his ball on one short. Like his length was off in his irons, but he saved par. And Morikawa missed birdies. And Homer made a birdie. Ludwig Udberg is like the European Terminator. That boy's like
he's gonna be good,
big and thick and does not care. He's going to be a superstar. But Scheffler like started wobbly, but just like handled it. Then he started to get rhythm. And they have a thing at the Masters. It's holes 10 to 12s, Amen Corner. They're like tough holes where like people die. But it's not like people's golf tournaments go to die.
Yeah. And
Ludwig hit his first poor shot of the day. He was so solid. He was the best, like 18-hole performance on Sunday, outside of Scottie, like comfortably. But he hit one bad shot in the water on 10. Scheffler just hit it in the right spot, right front, lagged up, chipped on, putted, made bogey I think there, but that was the only bogey he made.
Yeah.
He was just so fucking solid. There's like a bowl on 14 where you just got to get the ball near it and it'll just feed to the hole. And he putted well. Like, a bunch of us were on him for the early crow tipping comp last week, and he like missed a little baby putt to not force a playoff. And these greens are like pool tables, fast as hell. Apparently, Tom, the greens were like super fast particularly on Saturday because it was so windy, but then they hadn't really watered.
Yeah.
But he's just, he's just
good.
So fucking good. I loved it so much. I love Bryson. I can't wait for him to unite the tour. I hope the rumours about Rory signing with Liv, I hope they're real. I hope he does it because they'll have to just join sooner or later.
He needs to join. He needs to join. Otherwise, he's going to miss out. 850 million, like Money Talks, has taken.
It's so
plus
much
equity.
money.
Who gives a shit what you said? So,
I just think it's just so much. It's just like golf will take off. It's kind of like no publicity is bad publicity. Everyone's watching it. Everyone's talking about it. Just had the Masters. Get them going. Show me Cam Smith versus Rory versus Scottie Scheffler every second week.
What do they call it though? Do they still have the majors
PGA.
and that? Yeah.
I think they should have the PGA as it is. The Liv owns equity, like a big chunk of the business, the company, the whatever it is. And they drop off some of these shit tournaments that no one watches and half of them don't play and make it like the Australian Open, the Spanish Open. I think the French Open's the oldest tournament in golf. But have a bit more of an emphasis on travelling through Europe and getting to Australia and these other joints. And it should be like if you win the Australian Open, like Neiman won, beat Minwoo, you're into the Masters and all the majors. Like a second tier of international majors that aren't the majors. You win them and you're in. So you'll get like good young golfers going to Australia, going to France, Spain, wherever it is, England.
Is Live this weekend or has it already been? This weekend, isn't it?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't on last weekend because like the big shark with the big
it's
hole,
on this weekend,
he was
isn't
walking
it?
the grounds of Augusta.
Yeah, it's on this weekend in Adelaide. Is that right?
No.
so next weekend.
On an Australian front, our golfers, Cam Davis is good. He's going to be like our next guy to follow and cheer. I love it. Good young Aussie golfers always seem to play Augusta pretty well. Like Leishman was always near thereabouts. J Day was always thereabouts. I love the Masters so much. I love golf so much. I wish I could play more golf.
You reckon mostly when Teddy gets a little bit more, you'll be able to get more golf in there?
Mate, I know it's not golf as such, but Darce and I play, he calls it roll. He has 10 balls, I have 8. And you
roll it with your...
lie flat on your tummy and you roll it up the Odyssey mat into the 5 holes. He's beaten me.
That's gold.
All he wants to do is play roll. We'll play 5 ends, like best of 5, and then we have a little putt.
He might be a warm bowler.
Yeah.
I don't care, man. It's just the best. I love it.
Does Lenny get involved?
Yeah, but she sits on my back and she throws them and just causes chaos. But they're into it. I was up at 4. Darcy got up at 5:30, had a fire going. I watched it in the house. They were both. Darcy watched on the couch with me for an hour and a half. Then Lenny got up. She came and just watched on the couch for 40 minutes. But anyone listening out there with 2 or 3 kids, if you're with one of them, it's beautiful and sweet and they're happy. And then when you're with 2 of them, the niggle starts,
Yeah.
And then the niggle gets bigger and then all of a sudden it's off. So it was brilliant though. Darcy was into it. He loves Scottie Scheffler.
That's elite.
That's so good. Did you see the US Amateur played his final round with Tiger Woods and beat him off the stick?
That's why that's how
That's
cool was that?
Awesome. Yeah, it was his best mate on. I think it was one of his best mates on as his caddy as well. And he got chewed Tiger's ear off for 18 holes and beat him off the stick.
Because Tiger wasn't in contention, he was really friendly.
Yeah.
See, this is how much I love the Masters week. I saved up but then we had the baby, so I haven't watched as much as I wanted to. But I saved up Final Swing, what the Netflix show.
Yeah, Full Swing.
I start watching Full Swing like Masters Week.
Yeah.
I record all the good shit. Like I watched on Saturday, I watched Tiger's 2019 win, the whole like documentary they've made.
Yeah.
It's great. Tony Finau goes, yeah, like the fifth hole or the sixth hole was the first time that our balls kind of were near each other on the fairway, and there was weather coming, so they played in threes on the final day. So it was Finau, Woods, and Molinari. Finau and Molinari were the first two, but because of the weather change, Tiger got into the final group. And he goes, oh, well, on the fifth hole, I sort of said, oh, how's Charlie and I can't remember his daughter's name, how they going? And Tiger just said, they're good. And just kept walking. And he goes, yeah, that's kind of when I knew like he was fucking on.
I haven't watched that. What's that on Netflix?
Nah, it's on Fox.
Fox, is it?
It was on Foxtel. It was on the Golf Channel. Yeah. There's just so much cool shit like that. That documentary is really, really, really like. I got goosebumps watching it, and I've watched it like 4 times. Anyway, it's Tiger. Righto, Pratty. Early Crow Golf Club. Big Harry's. The concussions work for him. I mean, he found the winner, and he's done the job again at Augusta. A few boys had Scheffler too. Silk had him.
Paddy as well, yeah.
Paddy had him.
Yeah.
There's a few of us that are sort of still waiting to get off the mark in tournament number 2. Where are we at leaderboard-wise?
So Harry's $36.50 in the positive. Errol's $2.25 in the positive. Paddy's $1.50 in the negative. And then long with the rest.
So firstly, a question on behalf of the whole entire group, and I'm sure our listeners, what are you doing as the sort of captain and president and HR manager of the Top 10 Society? Have you leaving them, or are you...
HR manager might be a bit far, but no, they'll be going strong until we get to the last major.
What do you think, Tom? I was very jealous of Matty Punce's strategy when he posted that after I'd done mine. It was just Brooks to win, Brooks top 5, Brooks top 10.
Didn't work for him, though, did it?
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't mind it. I actually didn't mind it. I think I'll be doing something like that if it comes down to the last major and really zoning on something. Like, you would have been smart to go Scottie, because technically you got Scottie, what, $18? Is that what you got for Scottie? Times 3?
Yeah.
And then you could have went top 5, and then you could have got him $6 top 5. And then you get him for 24. And then
No. He was like,
yeah, so he's $5.50 to win. So it was about $16.50
to win. So it's about $16.50 total. Times 3.
But I'm saying, like, you could have won Scottie, like Scottie win top 5 and still got your 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could have been a hindsight.
I was so close to picking him, and I went Rahm instead, and I was pissed. I was really, really shitty on myself for the whole week.
Yeah, I went Rahm.
There's a lot of us that fell into Rahm. So I reckon that's an insight into like human psychology, because we are betting like victims there, like just without a lot of structure or purpose, and it's like, similar level of golfer, bigger odds. Yep.
Back to back, it was probably tough, wasn't it? Like, when you think about it.
Yeah, but the good major players that go to live seem to play good in majors, like Koepka, Cam Smith's always thereabouts. He fit that bill.
Phil shot the lights out last year at the Masters as well, didn't he?
Phil ran second last year. He shot like one of the great final rounds all time.
Yeah.
This week's event's pretty good too. So I'm thinking Patrick Cantlay might be my man to sort of bring it back. Big Paddy, and I'm thinking about doing the top 5, top 10 gear. I don't know.
Really?
Thinking about it, but Cantlay is definitely going to be like my main player to start nibbling away at Harry's lead.
One of the blokes I follow wrote, happy Patrick Cantlay top 5 week. He dominates this golf course. I think
Really?
out of the last 6 times he started, third, second, missed the cut, third, seventh, third. He has not won, but he proper dominates this course. He hits them straight and hitting them onto those little greens. He hits them well.
You see that photo on Twitter of Jordan Spieth's fingers?
No, I didn't.
I don't know if it's real. They look like a pack of twisties. If you're out there and listening and love golf so much as I do, comment and let us know if that was real or not. They look cast. Look like Ian Healy, like Adam Gilchrist.
Oh, yeah. Proper minced.
NRL, the Storm versus Bulldogs. What a game that was. What a game of rugby league football. Wasn't it good to see our man? I think he's the early Crows sort of favourite, but definitely a favourite 5'8". We wanted him. He was a lock on our Supercoach side. Cam Munster just sort of took over when he had to take over, I thought.
Yeah, he's good. He's been good, hasn't he? It was a real Storm sort of victory, wasn't it? There was just they were always sort of, you just they'll get the job done. They'll get there, and then because I'm sick, I was checking the live bets when it went down to the Bulldogs. The last drive Bulldogs have, is that what you call it in rugby? Do you call it a drive or set?
Set. They call it a set.
Set in rugby, and when Bulldogs had it down in their 10, I think they were Storm of 350, and they've gone down and gone bang.
Fuck.
Unbelievable.
The Bulldogs left edge, they finally got it rolling. That's where all their money is. Matt Burton was out there a little bit. God, they look good. Addo-Carr, so fast. I like the Bulldogs this week. Plus 1.5. Back at home.
They're going alright, aren't they?
I reckon they're building nicely, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there something to be said about the Storm just getting it done in close ones? I was listening to it might have been Matty Johns that said it, that a good form indicator for the NRL is sides that can just win games. Is it something that you think about with the AFL Paps, and do you think it's true?
Well, you have a look at Collingwood. They just seem to just be able to get it done. Carlton, although they lost last week, they've been doing the same thing. Just get it done. Wins are hard to come by. Winning's hard, and no matter who you play, you take them every time you play. It's hard to be good. It's hard to be a good sports team, whether it's rugby, whether it's NFL, whether it's AFL. It's hard to be consistently just win and win and win, because it's so, these days it's so close to competition. If you're off a little bit, there's a team that will just be able to knock you off. That's why you look at teams that go back to back or 3 times in a row. It's amazing. Until you're sort of in it and you're like, geez, this is hard work to just keep going backing up again, and backing up again. So it's hard to do.
I think, though, it's even. West Coast was oh, Christ, how do we almost lose to them? But then they went home and they put another really good performance in. Yeah, it wasn't against a top 8 side, but they're not that far off the gap. Richmond beat the Swans 2 weeks ago.
For sure. Yeah. West Coast, their good players are playing well. They're going alright this year. They'll win a few games, I reckon. But once because that's the thing. It's hard to. They got good fans. They stick around. They go to West Coast. It's hard to fly over there and win. But
is it Waterman?
Yeah, he turned into J.K. Kennedy. It was J.P. Kennedy. No, J.K. J.K.
He's got a bit of go about him. He looks like it'd be a lot of fun.
He sort of had a gut illness last year or the year before, and he was really crook, and so he sort of had it interrupted sort of last couple of years, and he's showed you what he can do on Sunday night. It was full credit to him. It was nice to watch, actually.
Just looks like a good footballer and a good bloke. Just body shape and haircuts more what I'm going off there. Speaking of good footballers, good blokes with great hair. You and Jazz. Raiders Titans. Multi.
It was funny. I woke up. woke up on Saturday morning and obviously don't get a message from Justin when I wake up because he could sleep for Australia.
He didn't see any of the Masters, did he?
Nah, he didn't see any of the Masters.
Remember it was Raw and Bryson at like 11 p.m?
Yeah.
Or Bryson, as he was spelling it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
French Bryson.
He texts me Sunday, goes, what do we got? Let's go NRL multi. I go, righto. So we multied Raiders into the St. George away. St. George was first, so obviously we were going off because Lomax was just going off. Lomax was elite.
He was like AFL playing, sort of, the way he was taking on the high ball, eh?
Yeah, it was good. He was good. We were loving him. And then...
Signed with Para today.
He did sign, did he?
4 years.
For next year, yeah.
But, yeah, so we got St. George was a nice win. I think we got about $2 for that. And then, Raiders is the $1.41, so we're homer. And I shot down I was like, I should be right. I think we're up 12-0. Shot down to dinner with Annie, and he texted me going, mate, fuck. No way. It's not. Oh, no, Christ. We're done. And I'm like, mate, what's happening? He's like, oh, no. LFG. The try didn't get bloody, what do we call it? Converted and shit. And, oh, mate, it's that guy. Because I wasn't watching. I was just getting messages from Juzzy. You know the way he texts.
What about what he did to Matty Punts on Saturday night when Matty Punts has steamed in that thing at Toowoomba because Juzzy's tittered to him? I'm like, I text Punts out wide. I said, mate, a few things. There's no way he's ever looked like or done the form with Toowoomba. They've got a bye weekend. There's a number of reasons why I'd be, if anything, laying what he's tipping me.
Oh, and
he goes, too late. Yeah, apparently it pissed in.
Oh, fucking funny. But yeah, anyway, the multi got up. The Raiders went to OT, double OT. We'll go on point, whatever you call it, and got the job done. Mate, first game I did one of the greatest smothers I've seen to stop the... Who were they playing in the end?
Titans.
Yep.
So they were playing the Titans. And
after Desi Hasler's spray, did you hear that?
No.
Oh, search that on Twitter.
And
gave one of the great sprays last week, and they bounced back, went to Canberra and put on a show.
Yeah, she. But if you want to have a look at a good smother, go watch the first game of smother from the Raiders. Game saving, and then they're going to win the game. So
you know what they call it in rugby league? A charge down.
Charge down. That's it.
Smother's what it is.
There's a world
that's
where
one of those rugby league things where they've got to have their own words for the same thing. They call shepherding. They call it an escort.
Really?
There's a world where Juzzy and Paps never meet too, by the way, Dicko. How's that? And just the worlds have just aligned to give us content. It's one of the greatest friendships of all time.
I love it so much. I love it. I want him on the show every week. Why is he on this week? What's he doing?
He might be on maybe. Let's get him on next week. I'll get him over on this. We've got a Sunday game this week, so I'll get him over for some content on Saturday. Maybe I'll record a few races and send it in. It'll be pretty fucking
bit of a stream.
Yeah.
Don't mind that. Don't mind
Mornington.
that.
Big Mornington meeting in Melbourne. Where are they? Is it back to Rose Hill?
No, Randwick again.
Oh.
Is it? No, I'm wrong there.
It used to be 2 days at Randwick and then the final day was at Rose Hill.
Yeah, all age stakes.
Yep.
Yeah, Rose Hill. Is that Rose Hill?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that shit.
The Mornington meeting's normally good. The Hariba's on.
Yeah, but I hate Mornington track.
Mornington, this meeting 2 years ago, kind of like how there's a little upgrade just come through this week, was the first week I had a version of the sheets. Clinic. Pratty, let's almost wrap up. Before we do, questions, please.
Yep. Well, good one for speaking about the all-aged. Perhaps have you done any form? We've got Marcus asking about, do you give Amenable any chance in the all-aged?
Amenable? Jeez, it's from memory, it's not going that well the last couple of runs.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'll have another look because obviously it's Tuesday about 9:15. I could have a look tomorrow, but yeah, top of my head, it's not going that well as what it was last prep.
Easy. The Crust has messaged in asking when the Crust is coming back on. So, Juzzy, if you're free next week, please keep referring to yourself in the third person. We'll have you on next week, mate. That'd be great.
Just confirm like what you need and who you need on. Do you know what anyone from the WhatsApps? Just let us know.
Jay McInnes asked about Hedge's performance in the Arrowfield.
Enormous, going good, proper horse.
Yeah, good run. Steamed it as well. They steamed it.
Was that on our? That was on our slide, wasn't it? Was that one of our bets?
No, but
it was close to being a bet.
Yeah, very close.
Another great read. It's getting very, very, very sharp up in Sydney. It is.
Love it. Jeremy Ruz asks, any chance of getting Paps in the SCG nets, considering we keep hearing the raps on your batting ability?
All I hear is that bloke bowls pies, so I don't know. I'm up for it.
And then one to round out. I'm not sure if you've seen it, Dicko, but perhaps I'm sure you would have seen Christian Petrarca's Cooking with Petrarchs on TikTok. Are we any danger of seeing a Cooking with Paps special? Maybe that's what you and Juzzy could do this weekend.
Oh, mate, me and Juzzy would pop off in the kitchen. It would be one of the greatest Instagram pages. Imagine the Crust and Paps cooking page.
Imagine the toppings, the lack of.
Sour worms on your pizza.
No, but I do a little bit of cooking. I sort of, not much, just more of a steak man. That's about it.
You're cooking in that pizza oven and stuff?
Yeah, pizza actually. Pappenhausen's pizzas. They're pretty good. It's got a special, the triple P pizza goes well. I won't mention what it is though.
Can you cook, Pratty?
Nah, not really. Nah. I can do the staples, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I
cook
a grouse tortellini.
Yeah, you do actually. That was elite that
Have
time.
you had that?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm alright at the pastas, the stir fries, but just keep it really simple. And it takes me forever. Like, if it takes normal people 35 minutes to cook something, it takes me an hour and 45 minutes because I've got to cut everything first before anything touches a pan or touches anything. I can't operate.
Yeah, you've got a few head noise issues.
Yeah, massive head noise.
You gotta work on like stock quality dishes that you can deliver and enjoy from not get too stressed about doing. If you want to be a man, I think, in this world.
I'll have steak and veg every day of the week, but I'm
just learning how to do grouse toasties in the fry pan.
Oh, I tell you what's underrated: having basil pesto on one side of your toasty, then the cheese,
Juzzy
then
just
the
had
ham.
like one of those shivers, like when you rub your fingernails on a seatbelt.
Yep.
You say basil pesto is
That is a red hot tip for people out there. Pesto, then put a cheese on, then ham, salt and pepper, bit of chili flakes, stuff that in the jaffle maker. You cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong.
Recipe of the week here with MJ Pratt.
Done.
All right, that's been the Early Crow, episode 29, brought to you by no one and nothing. We do it ourselves because we want to do it. If you want to get involved, contact Pratty via
the Early Crow podcast at gmail.com.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We'll be back next week for another ripping edition. We might have a guest. We're probably going to have Juzzy. Don't forget, Thursday, you're going to get our golf plays and our Hugba League plays. One of mine will be the Bulldogs to cover with the start. And then Saturday, Eyes on Ponies. I've had a week off. I've freshened right up. I promise you, we can't bet the beard anymore because a psychopath at the shopping centre at a barbershop fucking went at it without my permission yesterday. So that's already off the table. And I deserve it because I didn't win at Bendigo. I promise you, I'm going to start winning. You do not want to miss our social media on Saturdays. It might not be this week, it might not be the next week, but over the next month, it's going to get fat, it's going to get big. Get involved and do not miss it. I promise you. I'll give you my word. I hope you enjoyed the show. Have a phenomenal week. Bye for now.